Hi there. I would like to introduce you to a mini series that we're gonna make on organizing oneself to achieve the lifestyle of your dreams. I have a guest with me, Bella, and Bella also wrote a book on financial confidence for teenagers. So in our discussions, we are also gonna bring in the financial benefits of having an organized lifestyle. And Bella would know a lot about that because she's also an accountant, so she knows tracking. But it's not only about that. In her daily life, in different aspects when it comes to health and friends and socialization and everything, she would talk also about how she organizes herself. For me as a health coach, it's very interesting to find someone that is so focused on getting their dreams met and organizing themselves. You know, these days it's so difficult to get time for yourself and to really find that balance. And so this mini series is going to be about 4 sessions or so, where we're going to talk about the different aspects that come in when it comes to organizing oneself. And I hope you enjoy it. And yeah, we're gonna start. Take care. Thanks.
This morning.
Hi Bella. I'm good. And you?
Yeah, it's a good day. It's the weekend.
You've just been hiking, right?
Yes, I did hiking this morning. It was raining, but it's nice being one with nature. Being out there. Yeah, it's time for reflection, time for organization, time for planning.
We are gonna talk today about organization.
Yes.
Yeah, what it means to you in your life and how you apply it.
Yeah.
Let me start by asking, if you had a scale from 1 to 10, how would you rate yourself as an organizer?
I think it depends on the category in my life.
Okay.
Because I put things in different categories. So I would be saying that how organized am I in my relationships? How organized am I in my finances? How organized am I in my health? How organized am I in work? So I put them in different categories and I scale them in that order. In that health category, I am very, very orderly, I am structured, I am well planned, and I'm efficient. So all the components of being organized, I think I am. So I'll give myself a 9.
Okay.
Or an 8 because there's always room to.
There's also always room for improvement, of course.
There's
Yeah.
always room to improve. And somebody like you would tell me something, and I'm like, oh yes, that's a clue. That's this idea, and if I fit it in, it improves my efficiency.
Yeah.
So in that health category, I think I am doing well. But like in my relationships, I would say okay, because in my relationships, I'll talk about my marital relationship, my parental relationship, my sibling relationship, my friends. So it's like every aspect of your life has this area of organization.
Yes.
Which I think is very important why you brought up this topic, because it is such a big topic because it affects
everything, right? Yeah.
Of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you don't pay attention to something, that thing doesn't improve or it doesn't get better or doesn't. So it's about where attention goes, focus goes.
Yeah.
Intention.
And for me, I also look at it like an investment. Because, you know, the most precious goods we actually have is our time and energy. And if we don't organize, we might be investing in things that actually don't matter to us.
Yes. Yeah, I think I was talking to you about like my book. The first chapter is clarity. So clarity is getting those goals as to what you want and how you want to get them.
Yep, I was just looking because I have your book here. So I'm going to show the book. We know this is the book that Bella wrote. So it's about this book. She's talking about the first chapter, clarity. Why she brought it up also in organization.
And the second chapter is actually organization.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I was talking about the different categories, it's very much like if you don't have clarity, like in terms of my health, if I don't know what I want out of my health and what I want to achieve in terms of getting better health, getting longevity, getting like wellness and strength and energy, I can't even organize around it. So it's a lot of clarity and goal setting in terms of, okay, this is what I want to achieve. And then I build organization around it.
Yes. And it's in all fields of life, of course.
Everything.
Yeah, it's in all fields of life.
Yeah. So my book is financial, but what I'm talking about here is health. But it's the same principles that come through.
Yeah, as a health coach, I also know when you're talking finance, there's no way you can talk about health when you don't bring out the money, you know? So it's also all intertwines with each other. So for me, it's normal to talk about finance and to talk about spirituality at the same time. You know, it's possible, yeah.
So yeah, that's it. And because if we even go on the spiritual side, it's very much like I spoke to my mom and she was like, "Oh, I want like improving my spirituality," and I was like, "Okay, what is your reason for wanting this?" She says, "Oh, peace, contentment." And just being, and I'm like, okay, so what are you going to do in terms of being organized to make sure that you achieve that? Like, okay.
I love that.
Because it's very much like, it is spirituality, but you have to set the goal as to, and know why do you want to improve spirituality in terms of and once you get that goal, then how are you organizing around it? Just is like, oh, if I set my alarm every day for 6 in the morning, so I get up 30 and before my husband, before my everything, like I have that 30 minutes of sitting quietly. If she's Christian, she wants to read her Bible at that time. She wants to spend that time in terms of meditation and reflection. Then she has that 30 minutes. But if she doesn't slot in and organize around getting that time, then other things come in the way. And I think we all know that in the world that we live in now, there's a fight for our attention.
Yeah.
You get up in the morning, it's like from social media to friends to call to WhatsApp, all of that all wants your attention. So if you don't organize and you're not intentional in terms of being organized and what you do with your time. Intentional, that's the word. You should be intentional what you want to achieve. Yep. Yeah, being intentional is chapter 5 in my book.
Yep.
It's like you have to be intentional in terms of this is where my time goes. And I think I had a talk, I think a few weeks ago when we're doing cycle 1 about time and the number of hours we have in the day and what you're doing with that time. And it's being intentional with that time. Being intentional in terms of even the time for pleasure.
Of course. For me, it's one of the biggest things I have to coach on, the time for pleasure, because when you are driven, business-wise, health-wise, sometimes we try to go on this drive that we actually forget that we should be having fun, you know? And if we don't program fun, that's how we lose it. So I program my fun. I really program my fun. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Because that is what gives you the energy to continue.
Yeah.
Because if I don't have, like, I am looking forward to going out with my friends, hanging out. Like, I know that next weekend we're doing this. And even planning, like, if we're going to a restaurant, this is what I'm going to eat, this is what I'm going to drink, all of that, and being intentional about it, then you lose the energy for all the other things that drive you in life. True. Because that balances it out.
So if I had to ask you, when it comes to your fun part, how organized are you when it comes to fun?
Oh, I am flexible when it comes to
fun. Yeah.
I am organized in terms of I want to make sure that I have a date night every month with my husband. I want to be organized in terms of I catch up with friends and we go out. Those can be slotted in. But also, like if my friend calls calls me and says, "Oh, we are hanging out here. This is what's happening," I would put something on the back burner and go do it because I want to hang out. I want the community. I want to. So I'm a bit flexible with fun, but at the same time, I still organize fun in terms of every month I make sure that I have that time. Yeah, to go and have fun. Like last weekend, I was telling you, me and my other friend, we actually went to it was a friend's birthday, so it was very much the wine, the meeting for the barbecue, so it was organized, and we organized it long beforehand. We put some time in, and this is what we were going to be doing. Like we have Orok coming down. Orok is planning on coming down to the UK.
Okay.
So it's already like, oh, what are we going to do that weekend? And so planning that, even if you're planning it that a month out.
Yes.
It's like, so it's very much like, oh, I'm planning on going to visit my parents or going to the US in December, or I'm planning this. You plan beforehand, but it's always being organized and putting it in your calendar like, oh, every 4 weeks I make time and I budget because all of those things cost money.
Of course.
They cost like financial money, but they also cost energy. So
emotional currency.
Also putting the money in. I'm going to spend this much money, or like, oh my God, I want, like, now it's when it's the summer, like next weekend we have a party and it's an all-white party on a boat. So it's very much like, what do you wear for the all-white party? That is going to cost some money. This is going. So it's very much, but it's all because you know beforehand. You plan it. I plan that. Oh, I know what I'm going to be eating because the menu has come out. I know how I'm going to be spending. I know how I'm going to be dressed. I know the people I'm going to be meeting. So I'm going to be having fun. I know what I'm going to drink. So it's that being that organized. You know what's happening.
Wow, that was so interesting to hear Bella talk about the different domains in which she would organize herself to get the lifestyle that she deserves or desires. And I took the opportunity to introduce the Act to Nourish model on how I actually coach a healthy lifestyle. We also work with these different domains like health, self-development, physical activity, spirituality comes back, career, fun, play, relaxation, our relationship with food, our home environment, social life, relationships. Here, Bella also made a distinction between her relationship with her intimate partner or her husband and her relationship with her siblings, her family, her parents, her child, and her relationship, her social life, and her friends. And of course, we talked about finance. Like you see, finance is an important part in health coaching, and creativity. So I think we could find all these different aspects in the discussion we just had. Okay, stay tuned for the next session.